I have something really special for you today. I have a whole bunch of really fun vintage finds that I found at Goodwill the other day. I've been on the lookout lately for some lamps. I've been searching and searching for months and really haven't found anything. And then the other day, well, first thing, I was chatting with my sister, and she just moved into a brand new house. Not like a brand new house, but a house that is brand new to her. And she basically doesn't have much. And during the month of December, we were kind of checking out different thrift stores. Just, they seemed really picked over, which makes sense because it was December. I'm guessing a lot of people were shopping around for the holidays. So we thought that mid to late January may be a good time to maybe check out some of those same thrift stores and see if, a lot of people get this itch to declutter in early January and maybe like bringing stuff to donate. That seemed to be actually maybe kind of accurate because when I was at Goodwill like a couple weeks ago, it was so much more well stocked than it had been in December. And not only did I find one lamp, I think I found I found 4 lamps at one time. There's a good chance they were all donated by the same person. So maybe I just got lucky. But I really like all of them, and I'm really excited to share some of that and some other fun stuff that I found. Okay, so one of the first items that I found was this lamp. And actually when I found it, it was painted like a shiny gold. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and she suggested that I paint the base of it one color, and then there's this cool like relief, that's the design. And she suggested actually painting that another color. So I have some paint, and it's kind of like a sage green color. So I think I'm going to paint this relief a color, and that'll make it really stand out and kind of look like Wedgwood. So lamp number 2 is this, also kind of shiny gold. Once again, I don't know if I'm crazy about that color or the shininess. So yeah, it's interesting because this part I like. It's more of like a muted brass, and then this, well, I guess some of it's a little bit, there's like dots on there where it's not so shiny. But anyway, I'm just not crazy about the shininess of it. But my son really loved it. He goes, "Is that a Greek lamp?" Yeah, every time he sees something with this Greek key pattern, he says, is that a Greek lamp? And he said he really wants to put it in his room. Maybe I'll do a little research. I think this is lacquered brass, unlacquered brass. I mean, it looks lacquered. But yeah, I like the aged look in the color right here. So I just need to figure out what's going on right here with that. Otherwise, I really like it. Okay, so lamp number 3. This one is not Greek at all. Getting kind of like a Baroque Victorian style out of this one. I love that it's black, but yeah, it's a really pretty design, kind of ornate, like carved design. There's like some leaves, and maybe this is actually almost like Art Nouveau. I'm not exactly sure what the style is, but I thought it would look really pretty somewhere in my house. Okay, for the last lamp, and I think this is actually my favorite one. It's really big, really heavy. Kind of reminds me of a Greek column. But once again, I don't know if I'm crazy about the finish on here. I mean, it's fine, it'll work, but I just wonder if this would look better if it was white, and then it would really look like a Greek column. This was $12.99, by the way, which isn't like crazy awesome good deal if you're thrifting, but it's really heavy, which is generally a good sign. I don't think it's that old. I'm guessing it's 50s, 60s, 70s. So it's like definitely vintage, probably not a true antique. It's really heavy, which makes me think that it's high quality and it works. And I love how large it is. If you can't tell, I really love like neoclassical style, Greek revival, all of it, or really any historical style, but I think, yeah, the Greek stuff is my favorite. And as a bonus, I think I have these really neat figural Greek lamps that I've had for probably like at least 10 years. And I'll show you those at the end because they're like one of my favorite things in my house. So next up, we've got some artwork. And this was all from the same trip, by the way. So these are some prints of somewhere in Germany. Basically, there are like old maps. I don't know what you call this type of a map. It's like basically an illustrative map, historical map. That's what I would call it. These are really nice. Not super crazy about the frame. It is like a shiny black, newer frame that I'm not super crazy about. I wonder if I could take some like rub and buff or something to it just to make it look a little more like rustic, not so shiny and new. But either way, like I have so much wall space in this house that I need to fill up with something that I wouldn't mind just getting something on the walls at this point, and these are pretty cool. I don't find stuff like that thrifting every day, so even if I were to reframe them, that probably won't happen, but next up we have some little bolster pillows. I actually found 2 of them. I think these are originally from Target, which is fine. I like, I generally like a lot of the home decor that they kind of remind me of, like, if I had to guess, I'm guessing they're like the Magnolia Hearth and Hand for Target. Just kind of has that Joanna Gaines look to it. But I don't know, they're pretty like tasteful, and I kind of say you can never have too many pillows. So I'll find a spot for those, maybe in a bedroom or on a couch somewhere, but I thought they were cute, and they were $2 each, which is pretty hard to pass up if you're a pillow lover. Okay, so the next thing I have is, okay, I actually don't really like what's in here. It's like basically something you're supposed to put in your laundry room, and this is like not really my style, but I thought the frame was pretty nice, and I kind of like the shape of it. It's a little bit of a longer, kind of more unusual shape. So I will probably just put something of my own in there, like over this, and call it a day. Because it's just kind of a nice wood frame, and I don't find those that often. So, oh, okay, the next thing we have are these little gold frames. I started a wall in my hallway when you walk in that is filled with like our family photos, like little 5x7 or 5x7 or 4x6 photos of our family that I'm just kind of like adding to as I find frames, and you know, like as our family gets older. I think that's kind of a nice touch, and it's nice to have like somewhere where, especially like when people walk right in and they can kind of like know that this is our family's house. So yeah, these 2, I like that they're like recessed. I think that's the right word to describe it. And these were $1.49 each, which was a pretty good deal. This, just a kind of plain black 4x6 frame to go in that same spot. It's nothing special, but it will work really well for what I'm trying to do. Next thing is this little basket, and I think these are supposed to be for silverware and napkins, and you put it in the middle of your table. And I actually think this is like a great idea, that it would actually save a lot of time every day just to have this in the middle of the table, so I'm not constantly having to like go back to the drawer and put silverware on the table, and then like we don't have enough and I have to like get another knife. I think it would be nice to just actually have all the silverware on the table and then put in the dishwasher and then like refill this every day, and all the napkins too. So I think this will be really nice. Plus it's cute. I mean, it's nothing like super crazy, but it's definitely good for that purpose. This next thing I found It is like a Pyrex baking and microwave dish. And it has this cute little speckled pattern on it. And this is definitely vintage. I don't know exactly how old it is, but it is not new. And I think it would be really nice if you were like melting butter or baking something small. Hi. Okay, last and not least, I found this little, it's pretty small for a crucifix, like a wall crucifix that I could probably put over one of my kids' beds. And it's a really nice one, actually. I mean, it's definitely like old. I don't find nice crucifixes like this every day. All right, as promised, for my bonus, I wanted to show you these kind of amazing, really large Greek figural lamps that I got at an antique store about, I don't know, 8-10 years ago. I actually have a little bit of a story. I was at an antique store for my bachelorette party, so I guess this was about 8 years ago. We were at an antique store, and I saw these. I think they were like $65, and I really liked them. And for some reason, I didn't buy them. And then I was thinking about it after I got home for like a week. I was like, you know what? I really like those. I wish I would have bought them. So I drove back like an hour and I bought them. And I have no regrets because I think they're awesome. And my son loves them too. He loves anything Greek. And I don't know, like a lot of people, they're always talking about lamps being kind of like a sculpture or a statue piece in your home. That's functional as well, and this is like a great example of that. I don't know, I think they're really unique, and I think they're from the 1950s. So that's my bonus. They're not new, but I really like them, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of this.